Great pleasure for me to be here, and I wanted to just compliment and to thank the OU Club of Houston for establishing the scholarship in the name of Darrell Royal. I know he's not known to us Sooners as Coach Darrell Royal, but as a little guy, I always called him Coach out of respect. And we all know the Sooner roots that he had growing up in Hollis, a town of fewer than 2,000 people, and in his class, 4 All-Americans. Can you believe that would possibly happen? Just a couple of real quick stories. My dad converted Darrell from halfback to quarterback his senior year, and you might remember that the option play was one of the most important plays, where the quarterback took the snap from the center and he would start down the line of scrimmage, and he'd be looking at the defensive end, and he would either pitch the ball blindly if the end was going to hit him, or he would cut upfield. Well, the key to the play is you take the snap as a quarterback, you have to look at the defensive end, the first thing you do. And they went through all through spring practice, couldn't get Coach Royal to seem to understand why this mattered. And after the 20th practice, when spring practice was over, my dad said he crossed Darrell Royal in the shower room, and Darrell said to him, "Coach, I got it. The option play is really easy. All you got to do is look at the defensive end." It's a true story. They spent 20 days trying to get him, but he finally understood it, and my goodness, what a marvelous player he was. The other story, real quickly, my dad always believed, and you probably have heard it before, he was famously known for saying, "The will to prepare is more important than the will to win." The will to prepare is more important than the will to win. And my dad knew that everybody wanted to win on game day. Fans were in the stadium, cheerleaders were on the field, flags were flying, the band's playing. Everybody wanted to win, but only those people who prepared long in advance of an event taking place would have that consistency of success. And in 1947, my dad's first year, the Sooners were 2-2-1 after their first 5 games. They were going up to Columbia to play the University of Missouri, who was heavily favored. And my dad, during practice, after he had dismissed the team to come in, heard the sound of a boop, boop, and he turned around, and it was Coach Royal, Darrell, punting after everybody else had gone in after the game, after practice. And my dad said, "Darrell, you need to go in. Practice is over." And he looked at my dad and he said, "Coach, I know that I have to be able to punt in games when I'm really tired." And he said, "I'm obviously tired now after practice, so I want to be sure I understand what it's like to do that in a game." In the second half, Coach Royal punted out of bounds on the 3-yard line, and then secondly on the 1-yard line to preserve a game. I don't think there's probably any story that crystallizes or illustrates the importance of the will to prepare than that for Coach Darrell Royal. So I applaud you. I thank you all for establishing this scholarship in his name. I know it's your 50th anniversary, the OU Club of Houston, so congratulations for all that you mean to the university. Last thing I'll say, I'm really pleased that my good friend Joe Washington is here. You know, there have been so many great football players at OU who have carried the ball, but I can tell you one thing, there was nobody any better than little Joe Washington. So Joe, wherever you are, congratulations. Thanks for being here. And I thank all of you guys. So here he is right here, my friend.
And Joe would like to say a few words as well, so we'll turn it over to him.
Thank you. First of all, it's a pleasure to be here today. I remember
Step back.
I remember as a sophomore at the University of Oklahoma. I don't know if it's my phone. It's your knees. No, it can't be the knees. Knees are new. They don't mess up anything. If it's my old knees, I promise you it'll do that. Instantly, I did do it. I've had 2 knee replacements, and I am sick of these knee replacements. I tell you that right now.
Joe, I think you're going to have to step back.
I'm going to have to step back?
Yeah.
Is this it? Good. Okay. Anyway, I had my first experience with the Alumni Club of Houston coming out of high school in Port Arthur, Texas. And it was one of the first Sooner gatherings I'd ever witnessed. And I was just shocked at the amount of support that we had, the amount of people that participated, the enthusiasm that was all over the place. And it really exhibited to me at that young age, you know, what being a Sooner was all about. And what I like to tell you guys, you know, we really do appreciate your support. You can't minimize, you know, what you do and what you mean, you know, to our football team, to our athletic program. Without you, of course, you know, we wouldn't be as successful as we were and as we are. And one thing I like to say, again, I think it's an unbelievable honor to set up the scholarship in Coach Royal's name. Of course, being a kid growing up here in Texas, I was a Longhorn fan. I was mostly a Darrell Royal fan. My little brother and I used to watch this show on Tuesday nights, and when they play The Eyes of Texas Are Upon You, we stand up, put our hands over our chest, and holler "hook 'em" right after. Now that seems so weird for me to even think about saying that now. Now I'm going to tell you all you guys something before, you know, I say a few things. I just want to get this out of the way. I want to make this clear. A lot of you folks around here don't really understand what this means. Now if you know me, personally, you know exactly what that means. And that does not mean hook 'em. Does anybody have any clue what this means? Well, I'm going to tell you what it means. That means when I was at Oklahoma, we kicked Texas ass 4 times in a row. So whenever you see a Texican do this, you know what it means for certain people. Just want to let you guys know that. But as I said, I was a huge, you know, fan, and especially Darrell Royal. The mere fact that, you know, he had an unbelievable time at University of Oklahoma. He started the Tea Association, the Tea Ring, and all of that comes from, you know, the University of Oklahoma's old club, the old ring. So he understood excellence, and he took it to Texas, and of course they became a unbelievable athletic power, you know, unbelievable tradition, and you know where it all started from. But we really appreciate the fact that it's in his name. He's one of my favorite people. He said some of the greatest things about me. I remember one quote he said, "I was like smoke through a keyhole." I thought that was so cool. Golly. But then again, you know, being in Oklahoma, you know, you can expect that. But again, we appreciate, you know, your support. It means the world to us. Don't minimize it, because it is very important to us. And thanks for coming.
Thank you, Joe.